Well, greetings on this fine day. Hope this power up finds you well, and trust that you had a great day yesterday. Enjoyed the beauty of the day. I hope you were able to. Those of you Northern Michigan, we had just a great day. It was a sunny day and beautiful out. Hopefully, you're able to enjoy it. And then also, we have some snow coming. It looks like this weekend. And so, man, you need to need to get those leaves up, all that good stuff there, get them up and taken care of here the coming days. Sorry to throw more work onto your plate, but that's kind of the reality of the fall situation in northern Michigan. Got to get all the leaves raked up or blown away, all that good stuff there. So, but anyway, enjoy the day today. Looks like it's going to be another gorgeous day here in northern Michigan, and so enjoy it. Hope you are well wherever it is that you are watching from, and hope you have a wonderful day. All right, here we go. Let's look. Proverbs chapter number 4. Proverbs chapter number 4. And we're going to continue looking at kind of what we dubbed, if we can, what we dubbed maybe the armor of God as presented in the Old Testament. And so let's look. Proverbs chapter 4 and verse number 20 here. It says here this, my son, attend to my words, incline thine ear unto my sayings, let them not depart from thine eyes. Keep them in the midst of thine heart, for they are life unto those that find them, and health to all their flesh. Keep thy heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. And as we've mentioned the last couple of days, the writer of the Proverbs here says to his son, listen up, pay attention, and then don't forget what I'm about to tell you. A couple of things. First of all, learning and instruction must happen in the home. It's so very important. How we live life is a direct result of what we've been taught in the home. And so I want to encourage you, parents, be proactive in that. Be teachers in your home. Instruct your young people how to live, how to think, and how to make good decisions and the right decisions that are to be made. You need to communicate that to your young people. Teach and train them. Really how to survive in this world. You teach and train them how to have good relationships with other people, and so on. The list goes on. And then we looked yesterday, and then it's imperative for us, no matter our age, to be able to receive instruction. And then not to forget that instruction as we have read and as we have been reminded as we've reread it the last several days. Yesterday, we looked at keeping our heart with all diligence, for out of it are the issues of life. We've got to protect and guard our heart. We even talked about this on Sunday morning, guarding our hearts and the importance of doing so. I believe it was Sunday morning, and the importance of keeping our heart. Actually, you know what? Wednesday night is what it was, if I remember correctly. Keeping our heart, for out of it are the issues of life. And so we've got to put up those necessary barriers, those protections to keep us from falling into sin and to really keep us from being around that temptation that is quite often there in our lives. And then look at verse number 24. This is where we're at today. Put away from thee a froward mouth. That's the meaning of the word froward there, lying and so on. It says, put away from thee a froward mouth, and perverse lips put far from thee. And so we've got reference to our speech here, what it is that we talk about, what it is that we communicate to those that we are around. And so we've got to guard our mouth. Listen, I've said this often, and I tell my children this or young people this, just because you think something doesn't mean it needs to be said. It doesn't mean that it is right to be said. And it doesn't mean it's the time to say it just because we think it, okay? And so we've got to guard our speech. And then as we have reference here, that froward mouth, that deceitful mouth, listen, speak truth. And then as we see later on in the scripture, we're to speak truth in love. And then what is the conversation of our speech. What is that? It says, and perverse lips put far from thee. And so guarding our tongue, watching what we say. You know what? We can put water on a situation and put the fire out, or we can throw gasoline on it by our speech. And there's so much that's involved in our speech. Obviously, the words that we say, but our tone and how we say something is something to be guarded and something to watch out for as well. I want to share this with you over in James. You don't have to go there, but over in James, we read about the dangers of the tongue. And I'm not gonna read it, but just want to share a couple of things. It says in James chapter 2, it refers to our tongue as a bridle, which, you know, a bridle controls the direction of a horse. It's just a little tool inside of a horse's mouth that kind of steers the horse where you want it to go. And our tongue does that with our life. Because of the things that we say, oftentimes will determine how people read us, how people react to us. It oftentimes will determine even our job situation, our relationship with others. And so it really directs our life. And so guard your tongue. And then it refers to our tongue in James chapter 3 and verse number 4 as the rudder of a ship. Ships are huge, incredible designs and incredible things. And there's so much power in a ship, but they're controlled by a little rudder that turns and gives direction to the ship. And so our words, they have meaning. We've heard this, and I say it sometimes, but sticks and stones can break my bones, but words will never harm me. That is not true. Words hurt. What people say can hurt. And so that's why we must guard our conversation, guard our speech. And then get this now. James also refers to our tongue as a fire. A fire starts out small and it can be used for great things. And when it is controlled, can be used for beautiful things. When a fire is controlled, man, it brings warmth to a household. When fire is controlled, man, it can be used to cook delicious meals. And the list goes on. Those that work with fire and design things of metal and so on, and it also it purifies gold and other things, you know, and it can be used for great things. But an uncontrolled fire can do great damage. I was in California for 14 years, and we'd have these wildfires, and man, people lost their homes, people lost their lives, they lost their livelihood because of fires. And our tongue, the same way. Our tongue, when controlled, can be a beautiful thing, and it can be encouraging and uplifting to so many people. But a tongue that is uncontrolled can hurt people. It can ruin relationships and it can ruin lives. And so I want to encourage you this morning, think about not only guarding our hearts, which we looked at yesterday, but think about your tongue. And is your tongue a tool for good, or is it often used to tear people down? And so let's guard our tongues and what comes out of them. Let's make our speech be that which is encouraging and that which is uplifting to those that we are around. And think about it. Tonight, when you lay your head on your pillow, look back over the day and ask the Lord, God, how did I use my tongue today? Did it bring honor and glory to you? Did it encourage others? Did it uplift people? And I want to encourage you, consider that thought for the day, and let's be careful about what comes out of this mouth, off what rolls off the tongue and proceeds out our lips. Let's guard it. All right. Can leave you those thoughts. Thank you so much for being on this morning. Let me give a couple of hellos to those who have commented. And those of you who may be watching later in the day, be sure and comment. I'd love to know that you're watching. And it's such a blessing and encouragement to me. All right, here we go. Brian and Cindy, thank you so much for being on. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for your faithfulness and watching and being a part of the Power Up. Cliff and Karen, thank you so much as well. Good morning to you. Enjoy the beautiful day. Barnett, thank you so much for being on. We all have experienced hurt. That is correct. We've all experienced hurt by somebody's speech, and we can't control that. What we can control is this, our own. And so let's be sure and be uplifting. Great thought there. Thank you, Barnett, for commenting. And good morning to you, Gene. Good morning. God bless you. Have a wonderful day. And Pastor Barnett, thank you so much for being on. And speak the truth in love. So very important. And listen, I just thought of this. Do you know one of the ways in which we communicate the most now in this world, and Pastor Barnett, you kind of just spurred the thought here, is through social media. And social media is really a byproduct of the tongue as we communicate through it often. Hey, think about now, what are you communicating to the world? Are you communicating that truth and love? Are you using your platform as a way to draw people to the Lord? And so I want to encourage you along those lines as well, and make it really kind of personal for today as we reach out to others and communicate to others through Facebook, Instagram, and so on. And so, hey, think about the content you post. Think about the messages that you post. Make sure, hey, would this be honoring and glorifying to the Lord? And also, I know sometimes our social media can become quite political, and I don't think there's anything wrong with that. You need to take a stand, but remember, at the heart of everything, we want to bring glory to the Lord, and we want to be that faithful testimony and witness for the glory of God. All right, sorry for that little rant at the end there, but I think it's so very important as we're talking about communication even this morning. All right, thank you so much for being on. Love you all, appreciate you all. Be sure to like, share, comment, and we look forward to our time together tomorrow morning. Have just a wonderful day.